welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a video on telling you guys like how Aspen only has one eye and basically stuff like that. So I just made an album of Aspen, and yeah, she has a total of 287 photos. She has more, but some of them weren't putting it on here for some reason. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys the very first picture that we had with her, which was this one. And this one was screen record, so I'm just going to have to show you guys like that. That was the very first picture ever I took with her. And I was so excited for that day because I didn't even know I was going to look. I was going to a river with some friends, and then she was like, the lady was like, go get your ride and stuff, and I was like, okay, so I went and got it. And it was like crazy because we were going to look at her and I didn't even know that, and I was so excited. And so basically we went to look at her, and then I went home and told my mom and dad all about it because my mom and dad weren't there. So my mom didn't even meet her until we picked her up afterwards, and I was like, and my dad met her when we went to pick her up. So they didn't even know anything about the horse. I was like so excited, but we were like, should we get her? Should we not? Like, I was not. I was like, well, let's just get her. Like, I'm fine getting her. Like, if you're gonna say yes, I'd be totally fine with that. Like, I had my heart set on her. So this was like one of my first time riding her at home. My mom. Well, that was the picture of my mom. This was the picture by myself. So that one. And she was doing good. She was just like a lot of horse for what I knew. Because I was like not that good of a rider. Nomad was amazing. He would let you do anything on him. And so I wasn't that good of a rider yet. And so Aspen just taught me literally so much and stuff like that. And so I was so excited. Where is that? Right here, because it was my first time trying on her. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I was so excited. And then, yeah. And then I brought her inside. Because why not? Or, close to inside. This was her with two eyes. Look, she looks so different. It's crazy seeing her with two eyes because I just know, I don't know her, but, she just has two eyes like she used to have, and now she only has one, and it's crazy. And then right here, I was training to go to the wilderness, and so we had to put hobbles on them, and they look like horse handcuffs, like right there, and basically, I had that blanket on backwards. I had no idea how to put a blanket on, and for 2 years, this year, I just figured out it was going on backwards. I had it on backwards literally for so long, and I was like, well, no wonder it was fitting weird. And so basically, we had to hobble train them, and I'll just show you guys that picture again right there. Her forelock was cut weird, but anyways, so basically those are just on the horse just so they can't run away, so they kind of have to hop, and that's one of the parts of how she got her eye. We didn't see it, but we think that's what happened. So I was just going in training, and I did a lot of trail rides. This was on there. I was kind of mad because right there, because do you see that little okay, there's a little boomerang thing right there, okay, like a boomerang, it holds your reins so they won't fall. And I was doing that, and I could not figure it out, and I got mad. So I don't know if I'm allowed to show this. I think so. Of her eye? I mean, there's blood. Can I do that? I'll ask my dad, and if not, I can edit it out. So, all right, so we were I don't know, maybe a couple days in to the trip, and we went on it, or actually, no, it was towards the end of the trip. It was in the middle, and we were on a overnight trip to I don't know how many miles it was from the base camp, but we rode for 2 or 3 hours or somewhere in there, that area, to another place just to go on like a overnight trip basically. And that is when she got the stick in her eye. And if you don't like blood, you might want to skip this part. I was stinking. Okay, so her and another horse jumped over jumped over. There's like electric wire to keep them in this area so they can graze and stuff and get like exercise. But they have their hobbles on, so they have to hop or like walk really small steps. But all the horses hop to get around faster. It's hilarious watching them do that. I actually haven't put her hobbles on since then. So it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll do a video on that soon. But so basically, her and another horse got out, and I'm pretty sure the other horse followed her, but we don't know. We were down playing in the river because we were right by a river. And we were down playing in there and doing stuff, and I walk up and I notice Aspen's out, and we're like, oh, it's okay, she's gonna stay nearby. So then we do that. We just hang out for a little bit longer, and then we go to catch the other horses, and we put them up on a high tie or whatever. What is that called? Like a thing that's up in it's like up in the air, and you tie them to that. Well, we put all the horses at that at night and put bells around their necks so we can hear where they are. So we went to catch the other horse in Aspen, and when I walk over there, I'm like, what's all around her face? Like, as I get closer, I notice it's a stick in her eye, and her eye is puffed up red and is bleeding. And I'm like freaking out. I turn around and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I also didn't know that much about horses then, and I didn't know they could only have one eye. Like, I guess it's just like human. You can have one eye. Like, it's like not gonna do anything. I mean, it is. You're gonna have to get used to it. But, and I was like so worried we were gonna have to put her down. Like, and we were literally in the middle of nowhere. You use a radio to see what the weather's gonna be like. There's no like self-service or anything like that. So we had nothing. You have to ride to the base camp, and then we were riding even farther to go for an overnight trip. Like, we were literally far. So thankfully we had 2 pack horses, and we had to wear our backpacks, and then instead of the horse carrying them, and then we just had 1 pack horse, so that way we could lead Aspen behind, and I rode this other horse. But I'm gonna continue the other part. So I was so scared, and so I caught the other horse, and I was like, maybe we went with this vet. So she took pictures, and it was, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay. This is what it looked like. That huge stick was in her eye. We didn't know if it hit her pupil or not, and so it did. So that's why she had to get taken out. And her eye was just sort of like shrinking in her eyeball, and it was like weird. And then that's another picture of it. So this was it without the stick. So yeah, you can see like all the blood on and stuff like that, and her eyes just like puffed up and red. And that eventually went down, but thankfully we had like we went back, and we didn't take fly masks, any of that stuff. So we took the boat back to the trailer, which took probably an hour to get back because it's really windy, so you have to kind of go slow, and the boat was kind of small. So it took us like an hour to get there, hour to get back, and then we had to wait for the waves to go down because it wasn't safe to, it was really windy. So we got back, and we put stuff on her eye and gave her some like pain medicine to help her not feel the pain as much. And then a couple days later we went back, and we didn't know if she was gonna have to get her eye taken out. So we took her to the vet. So this is what her eye looked like when everything went down. And I'm just gonna show you guys the pictures. That was the eye. You can tell she's just in pain. Like, you can just tell by her face. Like, she doesn't usually look like that. She's literally clearly in pain. And so, as you can see, her eye's like cloudy. I don't know really if you guys can see well, but it's like orange and cloudy and stuff like that. And so, that was the face mask. I still have that for memories. It's like really sad. So then we ended up taking her to the vet, and they said, it's not going to get better. It's going to have to be removed. So I was really sad about that. This was the time she had to get it taken out. And let me see. You can see the blood on the face mask. It's really weird lighting right now. Wait. You can see the blood. I'm just going to let it be blurry, and you can see like the blood and stuff dripping down. So then, 2 days later, a day later, or whatever, we went to pick her up. And it was so sad because she had a huge bandage on her eye covering it and stuff. And it was so sad, and I felt so bad for her. And then that night we realized it started sliding down and her other eye was puffing up. And I was like, oh my goodness. So then we had to, I put that on her afterwards.
Did you see that? She's like, oh, I know this thing on my face.
She's like, I feel good.
Oh,
no, man.
Oh, the boys came to say hi.
So I put the flame mask on. She got to see the other horses. And then the thing started sliding down, so her eye puffed up. So then we had to take her to our neighbors because we didn't know how to take it off. So then we asked if she could take it off, and she said yes. She took it off, and I was like not expecting it to look like this. And it looks like her eye's still there, but it's just puffy and swollen. And so that's what it looks like. And it has the stitches on it and stuff like that. And so I was not expecting it to look like that at all. I was expecting there just to be, I don't know what I was expecting actually. So then we took her back to the vet, and the vet person took the stitches out. And then I started riding her again. She was doing really good. And we bonded so well from that. And then this was my first trail ride. My first trail ride after she got her eye taken out. So that was really exciting. It was so fun. She just gets pampered because she's just amazing and stuff. I'm trying to find a picture of her eye. We just don't take a lot of pictures of that one side. Okay, so now, if you guys seen our videos, you'll know, you'll probably, our other videos, you'll see her eye. It's like dented, it's like, whoop, I don't know. But that's basically what it looks like now. If you saw my one where I'm getting Aspen ready for a Moxie, if you watched the whole video and you saw this part, you'll know, because there was a short I saw, and there was like this one-eyed horse, and it was just, it made me so happy and excited, and I was like, yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, and then this was our very first Moxie we ever did together, and that was so fun. I was not expecting her. She was doing so good, and I was not expecting her to do that good. And little did we know, Aspen could jump. So I started training her. This was in 2022, but I started training her to jump over barrels, and she would do it so good, and she would barely ever hit the barrels. And she would just be like, it was just so, she's so good. She's just the best. She can do everything. She can do it with ease. Most everything. I love doing it now. Like, I'll jump over logs. And if you saw the short where I do that, Moxie race where you jump over the pole, weave back, jump back over. It's so fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, my smile right there is weird. But yeah. And then I was just being weird there. Okay. Anyways. Also another one. What's wrong with my face? I don't know why I'm like, okay, what is wrong? Okay, there. It's funny. Here, I can show you guys the one. But go check out the short because it's way better. Alright. It's amazing.
Look.
See, she actually is a good jumper.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. That was awesome.
It's literally the funnest race ever. It's called like a Western jump one, and it is so fun. So that was basically the story of how Aspen only has one eye. She got sick in it. Basically, it was really sad, but it actually ended up being like an amazing thing because we bonded so well and stuff like that, and it was just like a cool experience. You get not a cool experience. Like, I would not want it to happen. If it didn't happen, I'd be totally fine with that, but it happened. You can't do anything about it. Horses just have a mind of their own, guys. Like, you know, I don't think she meant to do it either. Also, how we think it happened is she was hopping and her head went down, and there was like a stump, and there was a stick standing up because we see the broken part off, and she was like hopping, and then her head went down and the stick went in. That's how we think it happened. So, you know, that was really sad, but also, you know, it was a good thing because we bonded really well, and she trusts me, so it's so fun. I'm like so glad I got her. Like, we were thinking about not getting her, and guys, that would have been terrible because you can't find a horse that good. Like, she's literally can do everything. She's so good with like everyone. She's just like literally the best horse ever. I mean, everyone probably thinks that about their horse, but I think she's the best. So yeah, that's the story of how it happened. I did a video on this before, but then I didn't want to edit it, and I just deleted it, and now I'm doing it again. And also, I didn't have pictures. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys got to learn more about Aspen, and you guys got to see some pictures of her. So that was fun. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys next time. Or me, or Lily, or someone will see you next time. You know, one of us, both of us, just something in there. Bye.